All right, looking at the dorsal side of the brain, this is the top part. Remember that our brain has two hemispheres, a left hemisphere and a right hemisphere. In the middle, we have this feature called the longitudinal fissure. Longitudinal refers to length. It runs the length of the cerebrum. And it's a fissure, which indicates it's a crack. Okay, so this is the longitudinal fissure. On the left side of that, remember, this is the front, the spinal cord is in the back. So the left side is the left hemisphere, the right side is the right hemisphere. Back here, we have the cerebellum, which literally means little brain. So it kind of looks like a separate, smaller brain. That's the cerebellum. I'm using my probe to point this out. Okay, let's talk about the lobes. Frontal lobe is all the way at the front. We have the frontal lobe on the left side and the frontal lobe on the right side. Parietal lobe is all up along here. So if you identify anywhere on the right side, this is the right parietal lobe, or over here, this is the left parietal lobe. As you move back, we have the occipital lobe. Okay, this is the occipital lobe on the left side, this is the occipital lobe on the right side. And let's go back. The frontal lobe controls our decision making. Parietal lobe controls kind of how we perceive what and where things are. The occipital lobe controls how we receive visual information. Coming around to the side here, the right side you have the temporal lobe, left side you have the temporal lobe. If you turn the brain on its side, you can get a really good view of the temporal lobe. And the temporal lobe controls what we hear and how we hear it. And then all the way in the back, you can see the spinal cord.